stop reggae. Nobody can stop reggae. At about 11 p.m., engineer Balimwezo Nsubuga arrived at the Tally Center, where the results were announced, accompanied by his wife and as well the leader of opposition, Joel Senyonyi. The returning officer announced Balimwezo as the mayor for Kampala City.
I want to thank my president, His Excellency Robert Chagulanyi, who thought it wise to offer an opportunity to me to become the next Lord Mayor in my party. I equally want to appreciate all my other party leaders, beginning with the Right Honorable Senyonyi, for the great support. When others thought I wouldn't, this gentleman told me, you will do it.
Balimwezo garnered 141,220 votes, followed by the NRM candidate, that is Kizito Moses Nsubuga, who garnered 43,615 votes, and then Arias Lukwago, the former Lord Mayor, who managed to get 41,915. After being declared victorious, Balimwezo addressed the media and he said that he will work with Arias Lukwago and continue from where he ended, and he also commended the works that Arias Lukwago did while he was still in office.
Give me that support. I will always consult you because you have the experience. I want to tap from your rich experience. May God bless you.
We are in pain, not just as a party, but as a nation. The nation is in pain. Why? Because the will of the people has not been given its due regard as should have been. And that's a precarious place for us to be at as a country, where people do not think that their vote counts. And that's why the voter turnout was very low. Because people think my vote does not count.
Thank you so much for that report, and congratulations are in order for the new city mayor, Mr. Balimwezo. The Lord Mayor of Kampala, Arias Lukwago, has conceded defeat to Ronald Balimwezo following the 2026 Lord Mayor election results. While addressing journalists at his home in Mwakaliga, Rubaga Division, Lukwago described the electoral process as mad, but says he nevertheless accepts the outcome. He also thanked the people of Kampala for trusting him to represent their interests at City Hall for the past 15 years.
Arias Lukwago has served as Kampala's Lord Mayor since 2011 when he took over from Nasa Ntege Sebagala until this 2026 election, where he lost to the National Unity Platform candidate Ronald Balimwezo by 99,305 votes. Saturday, Lukwago officially conceded and expressed gratitude to the people of Kampala for the opportunity to serve them.
I owe a great debt of gratitude to the people of Kampala who accorded me a golden opportunity I treasure so much.
Mr. Lukwago described his tenure as one marked by a tremendously immaculate record, integrity, and a principled resolve to serve the people of Kampala.
I will sign out of the Lord Mayor's Parlour with a great sense of pride and elation. I cannot be accused of betrayal of the people's trust, betrayal of the people's mandate. One thing that I will treasure throughout my life, I've worked with the people's mandate. I've not betrayed even a single day, single minute, a single second, the people of Kampala who entrusted me with their mandate, with the stewardship of the city.
Lukwago, who also described himself as a man of grit, resilience and consistency, highlighted some of his achievements at City Hall, which he attributes to perseverance in the face of adversity.
Lukwago is a man of his word. He's one person you can trust. All and sundry will agree. I have exuded that charisma for governance. When it comes to accountability, rule of law, I have performed with distinction. Friends and foes will agree across board that on that point, Lukwago has delivered with a distinction.
While acknowledging the election outcome, Lukwago says his dedication to providing policy guidance and promoting equitable transformation for Kampala cannot be denied even by his opponents, and this will remain his legacy.
It has been implemented or not, it's a different matter because we have always explained that. Our agenda has not been adequately funded by the regime. But all the policy instruments you want to transform this capital city into a functional metropolis, all those instruments are there. I have worked on them. I have pretended over the processes to have them in place. To the detriment of my career, to the detriment of my life, and to the detriment of my position at State Hall.
Going forward, the soon-to-be former Lord Mayor says he will dedicate his life to fighting for justice and social transformation in the country.
So many political prisoners across board. And for me, color, political symbols do not matter when it comes to the fight for social justice. So I am going to commit my resources, my efforts to fight for social justice across board, regardless of our political differences and affiliations. So whether you belong to which political party.
The Office of the Lord Mayor is responsible for developing strategies and programs for the development of the capital city, monitoring the administration, and providing guidance to the division administrations, among other roles. These responsibilities will now be assumed by Ronald Nsobuga Balimwezo, the Lord Mayor-elect, once sworn in. Pauline Ongoyet for UBC.
Spoken like a dignified leader, and for that we thank you so much for your service for the past 15 years at City Hall. Now from there we head to Adjumani, where residents of Adjumani have been urged to unite and focus on development instead of political hatred, which results in disunity. This follows a spate of violence after the January 15th polls, where some leaders lost their properties in what was orchestrated by unruly and misled voters. Take a look.
Following a similar flawless electoral process in Adjumani on Thursday 22nd January 2026, residents have hoped never to go back to what they term unproductive confrontation, usually fueled by politicians. Adjumani has been experiencing heightened political tensions that have resulted into clashes between rival political groups, particularly those supporting the incumbent LC5 chairman, Anyama Ben, an NRM flag bearer, Ayanza John Ambayo. Led by the senior pastor of Liberty Church in Adjumani, local leaders have asked residents to resist the temptation of resorting to violence in the name of settling their political differences.
Division came as a result of mistrust, and also people do not value the sister or brotherhood. People do not value unity. If unity could be valued, there will be no quarrel, no division. I'm certain that the things of the differences that has been made during the campaign will not even continue from here. We pray that hopefully people will come back to their senses, and then they will continue relating together. Reconciliation is the key to my advice.
Some of the voters in Adjumani UBC managed to speak to welcome this call and who to jealously guide against allowing this to be used by selfish politicians.
People are not here united because of these chairman elections. You can hear a lot of yellings, fightings are over the sub-counties. People are fighting, like the other side is fighting the other side. So we should leave that. Today we are voting for unity, and in their motto, they have said that they are standing for transparency and unity. So we, the community, let's also vote for unity. And after the election, we expect peace. There should no be chaos.
The issue people are now disuniting in our places here in Adjumani, especially in my village, is the politicians. The higher politicians, the language they are using, they don't unite people. They are disuniting the people. And this is not a very good message. My message is that please let us come together and unite our people. After this election, we shall still remain together. We shall remain brothers and sisters. And also again, it appears this time there is no proper sensitization from those who are concerned. Example, the Electoral Commission has never sensitized people properly about these things, because there are people who have grown up prematurely and they have never been sensitized about these elections. So they took election as it is like a game, which is not very good. Election is a development. If you vote right, it is a good development. But if you vote wrong, it also affects. So my perception is, please, Electoral Commission should come next time, should sensitize those youth who have never been voted before.
All this after Akayo Eunice Christing, the returning officer for Adjumani, declared the NRM flag bearer, Anyanjo John Ambayo, as the LC5 elect after gathering 33,289 votes, edging out the incumbent, who ran as independent, secured only 29,061 votes. Anyanjo promised to work and unite the people of Adjumani.
I am ready to work with everybody. The politics in Adjumani has been mainly on camps and line, which is NRM A and NRM B. I want to categorically state clearly that I am ready to unite the people of Adjumani and disband this NRM A and NRM B. I am coming purely for unity.
The resident district commissioner, Dr. Saib, said the election went on peaceful, something he attributed to heightened sensitization.
We have played our part as security to ensure that it's peaceful, and the Electoral Commission also has played this role to ensure that it's a free and fair election with the help of the security. And I want to encourage and appeal to the population that the next coming elections will also be held in peace, and we must respect the rule of law. What will be the benefit when the people fight and die? They kill themselves. Where will you get them to vote again for you when you want to contest again? So we should move away from this politics of hatred. We must instead embrace politics of peace and love.
Alan Amanyara for UBC News from Adjumani.
Thank you, Alan. Now, in other news, conservationists, educationists, and political leaders in Entebbe municipality have lauded President Museveni for directing the cancellation of titles issued in Kitubulu Central Forest Reserve to enable ecosystem conservation. The head of state's directive follows a public outcry of Entebbe Municipality Authority, political leaders and educationists, conservationists who raised concerns over increasing cases of developers encroaching on forest reserves for the establishment of their projects like shopping malls, hotels and a mini city in Kitubulu Forest, which endanger Lake Victoria. We have the details.
In a letter addressed to the Minister for Water and Environment, Sam Cheptori's President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni directed the cancellation of all titles issued in Kitubulu Central Forest Reserve. Museveni noted that Kitubulu Central Forest Reserve is a vital remnant of the lowland forests surrounding Lake Victoria, filtering pollutants and silt that endanger Lake Victoria Basin. In his letter, the President asserts that established in 2004, the National Forest Authority is mandated to protect forests, a role the body seems to have failed to do. Between 2004 and 2025, the country lost a total of 1.1 million hectares of natural cover under its watch. This prompted him to direct the cancellation of all titles issued in Kitubulu Forest Reserve and ensure that cutting of trees stops immediately.
People who had acquired the titles had not started using the forest. But people who had been licensed by NFA, those are the big companies that you could have heard about. Those were the ones that were planning to start constructing and establishing what they call cities, malls, and all that. So there has been some kind of confusion, even I believe, when they were taking this report to the president. But good enough, in his wisdom and some area leaders, he let alone had to reverse all that and cancel out all the licenses and the titles. That was a very good move.
Now, cutting it down to say that you're going to put a hotel is honestly misguided. But I have also heard them talk about an eco-lodge. Why do you need to give somebody 150 acres to do an eco-lodge?
Environmental activists, conservationists, educationists, and political leaders underscore the president's role in the conservation of natural resources. Julius Luemba, a conservationist, together with Chibuko Francis, an educationist, are advocating for the demolition of the building and structures on Kitubulu land to enable the planting of more trees.
Those who are around encroached on the same forest reserve, who have constructed buildings and other structures there, be restrained, and we request the president to issue another executive order to have those structures demolished, so that we can plant more trees and expand.
This was one of the wisest decisions he made, because he had to rescind his first decision, because he had okayed earlier, going by the improper or wrong information that had been given to him. He also acknowledged it, but I had okayed this, but I was misinformed, you understand? And it was okay. I mean, it takes a lot of maturity to understand that and to rescind your earlier decision. So we really allowed the president and all the area leaders who fought this forest.
They, however, urge President Museveni to arrest and sack all government officials involved in such dubious deals to deter future occurrences of the same. Over the past years, Entebbe municipality leadership led by Fabrice Rulinda have been spot on in as far as fighting fraudulent issuance of titles to encroachers in Kitubulu. They have launched another campaign to restore the forest reserve by planting more trees and sensitizing the public about the role of the forest to the community, which in turn has yielded positive fruits. Story compiled by Sula Kagugube for UBC News.
In another development, children with disabilities in the remote villages of Kumi district have expressed their concerns about immense challenges that they face, which extend far beyond their physical limitations. They are frequently perceived as burdens, which leaves them isolated and excluded from essential needs such as education, healthcare, and participation in community life. For children like Adeke Scholar and Akello Florence, school is supposed to be a place of learning and friendship, but instead, it's often a reminder of how different they are.
They could abuse me that now, look at this blind one also. What can she also do?
When you also try to move, they start laughing at you. They say that, the blind one is moving, you see how so.
The reality for Adeke and Akello is one that many children with disabilities face: exclusion and isolation. Teachers, often untrained in special education, struggle to provide the support needed, leaving these children feeling invincible.
We're supposed to do a number of things, monitoring and all that, organize activities that support these kids. So when you look at 3 million shillings really for a whole year, we appreciate, because initially even that 3 million shillings was not there. Well, we appreciate it, but there is need that this money should be added so that we are able to do a little more.
The difficulties these children face don't end at school. At home, their families with limited income often sell livestock, their only source of income, to pay school fees.
I don't know, because I'm disabled or what, but they don't even ask you freely.
It is easier for them to be exploited and abused because they have to depend on someone for their daily needs. But also you realize that there's a lot of lack of awareness and training for persons with disability.
In the face of these struggles, there is hope. The Kumi Hospital Ben program has been a lifeline for many families. It was launched to support children with disabilities.
Basically handling children below 25 years. I think the concept from our funders is that by the time a child who has disability is identified early, intervention is made, and somebody either goes to school, by the age of 25, surely somebody should have been able to exit.
For Akello and Adeke and many others, the program has been life-changing. It has allowed them to remain in school, to learn, and to feel like they belong.
What I have seen this program doing to me, the chance I have seen right now, I'm going to be a member of parliament of people with disability.
Akello and Adeke's story is far from unique. In Kumi district, countless children with disabilities face similar challenges, yet the program is proving that change is possible.
After piloting from Kumi Hospital, should at least roll out to the whole district, because I see that it is a good project. It can help my children with disabilities in the whole district.
Pilot program in Ongino sub-county has already reached over 150 children. The story of children like Adeke and Akello reminds us all that, with support, no one can be left behind.
Relatedly, development partners have lauded the government of Uganda for the enabling environment within which a major local charity is scaling up support to vulnerable children in Kabarole sub-region.
A new and efficient governance approach has elevated the Ugandan charity Fountain of Peace to host a global portfolio of the NGO's operations here in Uganda. Signed here in Kampala Saturday morning, the international partners say that this move will greatly expand the operations of the organization in supplementing government efforts on education, among others.
Because it sets a foundation and it sets the future going forward, and it's a privilege for me as chair to come over to Uganda to actually sign this document. We've been working on this document for 3 years, and it just brings everything together. It's a formality, yes, but it's for the future of FOP going forward, and that's the very important point here.
Susan Dodd, the board chair of Fountain of Peace UK, says that the operations in Uganda, in which hundreds of orphans are being cared for and educated, is vital for the key development goals. This will cover the United Kingdom and New Zealand, a move seen as a major vote of confidence in the structures within Uganda.
The super work Fountain of Peace is, I mean, it just touched my heart in 2015, and I'm just privileged to be part of it. And you know, the vision that Peace had originally, I mean, just tremendous. I mean, we've got 93 children now, and it's great to see them grow.
According to Peace Ruharuza, the founder of Fountain of Peace International, the organization will accelerate its invasion of key global development goals such as on water sanitation, food security and health, to which the Ugandan government is a signatory.
So really, Fountain of Peace is making a difference in the lives of children and also mothers. So mothers can survive, take care of their own children, because we don't take pride in raising them. We would be more grateful if a mother would survive, take care of her children, and we just go reach out to those who fall through the cracks.
Issues of child rights, including access to shelter, health, education and food, continue to draw tremendous interest from across all spheres of the world.
Coming together with our partners, we are able to broaden our impact. We are able to bring the dream of Fountain of Peace to pass. One of the things we are doing is to ensure that when a child goes through the system, they will have a proper education. Not just learning English and studying mathematics, but also being able to be skilled.
The charity is domiciled in the areas of Miranga, Katoke and Charuzozi, among others in Chenjojo and Kabarole district. Vincent Wamundu compiled this report for UBC.
Welcome home to entertainment. To Wi-Fi everywhere. To high-speed internet. To security. To first-class support. To convenience. Welcome home to MTN WakaNet, superior internet for every home. Visit www.mtn.co.ug/WakaNet. Welcome home. Together, we are unstoppable.
Starting with 100,000 shillings, you begin building real financial strength, because wealth doesn't just happen, you build it. And the ones who start early end up ahead. Every deposit, every month, every little increase. This is how your money grows into wealth. Put your money to work with the experts at SBG Securities. Partner with us today on your investment journey.
SBG Securities. Keep growing for you, for them, forever.
This is our home, our land, our Uganda. From the rolling hills to the busy streets, from the farmers in the fields to the students in classrooms, we are one people. Elections are a time to choose our leaders, not to fight our brothers and sisters. When violence enters the ballot box, the future of our country is wounded. But when peace leads the way, our nation grows stronger. On election day, choose unity over diversion, respect over hatred, and dialogue over distraction. Love your country, protect your fellow citizens, stand for peace, and say no to electoral violence. This message is brought to you by the Global Election Observation Mission, GEOM, in partnership with the Uganda Electoral Commission. Informed citizens, strong nation.
Unisteel Investment Uganda Limited, shaping the future of steel in East Africa and beyond. With an investment of over $100 million and a production capacity of 300,000 metric tons per annum, Unisteel is setting new standards in steel manufacturing. At our state-of-art facility, we produce TMX rebars, branded Unis TMX 500 CWR, and high-quality wire rods using only imported virgin steel billets. Every batch is tested and tracked for unmatched quality assurance. Our steel powers the region's most ambitious projects, from dams, skyscrapers, to bridges and beyond. Unisteel, superior quality, trustworthy choice.
You used to tell me that I don't make you happy. All that time you would be complaining. I'll call you every day, yeah, yo, baby, don't go.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks. Kupe Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000, or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100*21# and select daily, or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Special announcement. The NRM Secretariat wishes to sincerely appreciate all Ugandans for re-electing President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and majority of NRM parliamentary flag bearers in the recent concluded elections to lead the country for the next 5 years. As we continue to celebrate the attained victory, the NRM Secretariat also wishes to remind all Ugandans and the general public that elections for the district chairpersons, Kampala Lord Mayor, mayors and councillors will take place on Thursday, the 22nd of January 2026, while voting for the municipality, city division chairpersons and councillors will be held on the 27th of January 2026 across the country. Let us stand up and vote to assert our choices as we protect our gains. Long live President Museveni, long live NRM. This message is brought to you by the NRM Secretariat.
Starting with 100,000 shillings, you begin building real financial strength because wealth doesn't just happen, you build it. And the ones who start early end up ahead. Every deposit, every month, every little increase. This is how your money grows into wealth. Put your money to work with the experts at SBG Securities. Partner with us today on your investment journey.
SBG Securities. Keep growing for you, for them, forever.
Welcome back from the break, and now in our business news, government has been asked to expedite the fulfillment of its part of the pledge to facilitate the establishment of the Kampala Fertilizer Factory. Itracom Fertilizers Uganda Limited country representative Jean-Luc Bigirimana says, whereas there is commendable progress as regards to electricity connectivity, government is yet to extend water supply to the site, asking responsible authorities to effect the pledge. Jean-Luc Bigirimana remarked this as he inspected both the Irish and maize and beans and peas demonstration farms in Kampala. Both demonstration farms are part of the ongoing efforts aimed at increasing fertilizer use across the country to boost agricultural produce.
In November last year, government entered an agreement with Intracom Company to locally produce fertilizers as a catalyst to increasing the use of fertilizers among Ugandans and subsequently boost agriculture produce for both food security and economic growth. As a strategy, Intracom Company set up a demonstration farm in Kampala to establish the suitability of its fertilizers on Ugandan soils. On these 130 acres of land, Intracom is carrying out seed production for Irish potatoes, maize, beans and peas.
We are trying to see how we can manufacture fertilizers from cow dung. So you know cow dung has all the nutrients.
2 months on, the demonstration farm is promising. Plants are all grown and soon they will be harvested for ploughing, back to enable multiplication of seeds.
This variety is 3 months and some and a half, because now if you see after here the other varieties, you have like around 10 days. We are going to chop off the vegetation. Then we, like in 10 days, we are chopping off the vegetation. Then we leave for around 15 days. Them to grow, then we harvest.
For Irish potatoes, the initial seeds are in 6 varieties of Kirundo, Victoria, Ninamagara, Shange and Mabondo. Musa Majid Majan is a farm manager, Intracom Fertilizer Uganda SMC Limited. Musa explains that whereas fertilizer use is contributing a bigger portion of the success, without a proper and reliable irrigation system, efforts would go to waste.
Because we started this thing in dry season, it was November. So we started and we had no irrigation.
However, not all is merry. Some of the crops have died out after they were affected by bacterial wilt, a soil-borne disease. The farm manager says they have had to uproot crops on this piece of land as a way of preventing the spread of the wilt.
The other first variety up there is called the Chirondo. We have discovered that here it doesn't work very well. Like, let me say, we have soil-borne diseases like the bacteria. Because if you see the other space, it is almost the spaces are there. It doesn't mean that we didn't plant there. We planted, but just we removed them. They are being affected by the bacteria wilt.
Intracom plans to spread wings and set up regional demonstration farms, shift some of these varieties to soils-borne disease-free places like Kapchora, Kabale and Gulu, among others.
We are going to proceed with these demonstration farms in different regions. Eastern, Central, as we have done in Central, Northern, Western Nile, and Western Uganda.
Meanwhile, construction works under first phase of establishment of the factory are underway. The country representative, Intracom Fertilizers Uganda SMC Limited, Jean-Luc Bigirimana, says the government is yet to fulfill its part of the pledge of extending both water and electricity supply to the site to enable them move to the second phase of the construction of the factory.
On the preparation of the site, I think you can see here where we have reached. We have managed now to finish to level where we are going to set the factory. I think you have seen that's where we have reached so far.
Uganda's fertilizer use is alarmingly low, with an average of only 2.6 kilograms per hectare of arable land, far below the recommended 50 kilograms per hectare. Story compiled by Docas Kimono, Sebira Andrew, UBC News.
Thank you so much for watching up until now. That brings us to the end of our news bulletin this night. My name is Moureen Babirye with my colleague Mohammed Mogalu in Sign Language. We bid you good night.